Hi everyone, today we will discuss about switch statements which are part of the conditionals in JavaScript whenever you want to handle the condition checking or scenario handling depending on different scenario. In that cases you will use switch statement. Okay, so yesterday we saw how we can handle those scenario in if else block. Okay, today we will see those same scenario how we can handle them in the switch statements. Okay, fine. So I will take this part of code. Okay, so we took a scenario where we are working on some streaming platform. Okay, video streaming platform where we want to recommend some video or recommend content based on the age of the user. Okay, so if the age of the user is less than 18, so we will apply some child control and recommend videos related to the appropriate videos related to that age. Then if the age is greater than 60, then we will show some religious videos. Okay, and if the age is between 18 to 16, then there is no restriction part, they can see all other videos like that. Fine. So here what we will do, we need to use switch statements. Okay, so one, so in this switch statement, okay, we need to provide the condition. Okay, what is the condition, and based on that condition it will execute that particular code. Okay, particular block of code. Fine. So if we say if age is greater than 18, okay, wait, the other way is, sorry, age is less than 18, and if this condition is true, sorry, like this, then I will put block of code which I want to put here like this. Fine. And then we need to use break statement. Okay, so the pattern is, first we will use switch keyword. Okay, this is the designated keyword in the JavaScript. Okay, you should use the switch keyword whenever you are going to use switch case statements. Okay, other than that don't use the switch keyword as it is a designated keyword. Then here in the braces we will put the condition. Okay, whatever condition we want to put, we will put that condition. Okay, and then curly braces. Okay, then whatever the possible scenario of that condition, it will be less than 18 or it will be greater than 18, so it will be true or false, condition will be true or false. So in this case we will put like case true, and then we will be having case false. Okay, so for each and every block, okay, for each and every case we need to use break keyword. Okay, so it will understand that, okay, we need to now, the block of code is executed and now we need to come out of this switch statement. We use break keyword to come out of this switch statement. Okay, one second. Okay, so we were discussing about this case. Okay, case true, whenever the age is less than 18. Okay, then it will be break. Okay, break, we use break to come out of the case. Okay, whatever case we are in the, okay, next case will be false. Okay, and whatever code we want to use, okay, as age is greater than 18, so we don't want to put any restriction on videos. Okay, and then use break keyword to come out of this switch case. Okay, switch case statements. And then the switch case statement must have another default case. Okay, whatever cases you will have, along with that it must have a default case. Okay, this default case is used, okay, if none of those cases are used, okay, means right now we are obvious that this condition value will be true or false, but there are some scenario in which there are some possibility that both of the cases will not be executed. So in those scenario where none of the scenario will pass, so at least it will execute the default code. So this is default code if none of the scenario are executed above. Okay, so we need to put some default cases also where this code will be executed. So it will be default case. So same like if else statements, like here it starts from first condition, it will check if this condition pass, no, then it will go to this condition, it will check if this condition pass or not. If it doesn't pass, again it will go to else block, and now this is the final thing, so it will execute this part. Okay, same way here also it will check if the condition whatever we have provided, if it is true, no, it is the condition is not true, if it is false, no, this condition is not false also, so it will go to default case. Okay, it will execute it, and here we don't need to provide break, okay, break keyword, because already what we can say, this is the final stage, so it will automatically come outside of the switch statement. Okay, we use break keyword here. Actually, if we don't use break keyword, so what will happen if this condition gets executed, false condition gets executed, okay, and if we don't use the break keyword, it will again what we can say execute the default case also if we don't use break keyword. To avoid executing that default case, we use the break keyword. So as soon as this line number 25 gets executed in the browser, it will come outside of the switch cases. Okay, so this is the switch cases, very simple and easier when you have kind of uh, when you know the possible scenario. So like we can, for in this case, okay, for this case I will execute again. So switch, one second, uh, let me explain this one also, and then I will take your doubt. So we will use switch keyword, then condition. What is the condition? So here there is a variable I am passing here. So it is a type of user. So this scenario is that we were considering about Excalidraw. So if we are signing with Excalidraw, so there are different possibility. Okay, whether I will be using free plan, whether I will be using paid plan. Inside that paid plan also I will be having option like if I have logged in with corporate email, if it is a corporate login, if it is a personal paid plan, or if it is a some community level, means these US based enterprises actually give licenses to the colleges, schools as a paid plan also. So those kinds of licenses are like uh, special kinds of licenses, or we can call them as community licenses distributed to colleges and schools. Okay, so we have different kinds of plans like free plan, paid plan. Paid plan will have like corporate plan, community plan, or personal plan. Okay, so same thing we will use like case. I will use first free. Okay, if the type of user value, it will check on that value of this variable. Okay, we are checking on the value of the variable, so I will put like here, let type of user equal to corporate. Okay, so right now I just hard code this value, but consider you are getting this value from database. So database will have all the records of the customers of Excalidraw or users of the Excalidraw, and it will have this field like what is the type of the user, and using that variable value we will check. Okay, fine. So it will be like, sorry, so I will put console.log free plan user. Okay, use break statement, so it will avoid the execution of default case. Okay, then case, what is the next case? We will put like corporate, and then we will put console.log corporate paid plan user. Okay, again use break keyword, then case, that is community, and we will console it like this: community paid plan user. Okay, break, and then we have final like personal user who has personal paid plan. We'll copy it. Okay, and then we should have some default option also, as we need to provide the default case. And here we don't require the break keyword. So this is the switch cases, how we can handle the switch cases. Okay, yeah, anyone have any doubt with these switch cases, please let us know. There are advantages also for using switch statements. Again, what I will say, see, there are always a alternative way for everything. Okay, means there is nothing like each and everything will be done by only one way. There are whenever you are in programming world, whenever you are in IT field, everything has a alternate way for doing things. Okay, some people will do use if else statement, some people will use switch cases, some will use ternary operator. Again, there are, if you know about C language, so there are different types of loops. There are for loop, while loop, do while loop. Okay, so each and everyone are doing the same thing, they are doing looping only, but still there are alternative ways, right? So whatever way is convenient for you, okay, that we can use it. So sometimes means like what we can take, if we say this if else block where I have nested, one second, where I have nested the if else block, so implementing this part is difficult in switch case statement. Okay, so here you will prefer if else statement. Okay, but whenever you have like type of user like thing where you just need to get the value, and with the value you will put the condition. If you want to implement this thing in the if else statement, it will be very time consuming. It will be like you need to use every time this type of user equal to corporate, then put, then again you will use else if type of user, same condition you will write many a times like this. Instead of doing this is better, right? You just put type of user here and just put all the cases. Means it is very easy, readable. Okay, means what I do, okay, what I do, that whatever way it will be easier to read or understand to any other developer, that I follow. If I just write like this, I'm just using same condition every time like this. Why we need to write like this when we can have switch statement which will easily readable, that I am checking the value of type of user, and whatever the possible values of type of user I have created cases, and I am in executing those code instead of writing the same type of user variable again and again, else if again and again, right? But when I have this condition that I have is paid user field, and then I am checking some condition, okay, means condition inside condition, nested condition. So in that scenario, I will use if else condition. That is very easier to follow like this. Then there are ternary operators. So let's before we go to ternary operator, let me know any other doubts you have. Yes, yeah. Okay, so we are getting this console that corporate paid plan user. So this is consoling because our type of user is corporate. If I change it to free, so it will show free plan user. Okay, maybe let's try to remove this break keyword. Okay, so it is like free plan user, and then it goes to corporate. Okay, sorry, I just think like what just like if else block, what it does, it just goes like one condition check, second condition check, and last condition check. So same like that, it is like waterfall. Okay, first stage, second stage, third stage. So whenever I'm checking if this is free, okay, the value is free, so it goes inside the first condition. Now I didn't put the break keyword, so it goes inside the second condition too, okay, and just printed this corporate paid plan. And now this is now I have used break keyword, so that at that time it goes outside the switch statement. Okay, like this it will work. If I make it corporate, again it will just console only corporate paid plan, because after that it is break keyword. I will remove all the break keyword and you will see what happens. So now it will console these three statements: corporate paid plan, community paid plan, personal paid, and default one also. Four statements: corporate, community, personal, and default. See, corporate, community, personal, default. If I make this as a free, now it will console all these statements: free, corporate, community, personal, and default. Understood? And then if I make it uh, personal, so it will now execute personal and default case. Personal and default case. So like this, your switch statement will work. So here you can say that this is the difference actually between that if and else statements. If and else block will only execute one single block itself. Whatever the condition will satisfy, only that block will be executed. Okay, even switch block also, whatever the condition is satisfied. Right now the personal value is personal, this condition is satisfied, so it comes into this condition. Okay, but afterwards, okay, afterwards it will execute all lines of code. So to avoid that all lines of code, we need to use break keyword here. So this is some difference in the execution. Okay, so it is working as expected. Whatever the value, whichever the condition is satisfied, it will execute only that condition. But to avoid further execution, okay, avoid further execution, to avoid the code should not be executed for community, or code should not be executed for default. In that case we need to use break keyword. Okay, so whatever conditions are coming after the satisfied condition, so in our case if I put again community, okay, so this is the value is community, this condition is satisfying, so it will ignore these two conditions, it will satisfy this condition, but after that it will execute all other condition after the satisfying condition. Okay, so this is a different way of switch statements, and this is the difference. And again, the readability part is better than if else statement for switch statements. Any other doubt? Let me just ping this code also to you. If you want to try, you can try. And uh, the default reason also you might have got for default also. We don't require to use break here, because there is no next condition in case of default. Okay, it will automatically going to be outside of the switch statement. So no need to write break keyword. But for other condition, we need to write break keyword, so it will come outside the switch statement. Any other doubt, guys? Other people? Sorry. You can use it. There is no issue. Whatever condition, all condition possibilities you can use in switch statement also. See, whatever condition you want to check, that you need to put inside here. Okay. So if it is like something like 2 less than 3 and or 5 less than 4, like 5 less than 4, like this you can put it. Whatever the value, possible value of that condition check, you need to create cases for like that. So if it is true, case false, and default, like this you need to provide. Any other doubt? Okay, so I will explain the ternary operator too. Mostly ternary operator is like very simple, and what we can say, just use the single line. Okay, using for single and simple condition checking. Okay, for simple condition checking we use the this part of thing. So okay, so consider a scenario. If user is corporate user, so whatever they are going to buy something, some additional feature or some additional tools on the Excalibur, they should get the discount of 10%. Okay, so it will be like, I will create one variable that is discount available. Okay, and it will depend on what is the type of user. Okay, so if type of user is equal to corporate, so this is ternary sign, okay, question mark, and it will be like 10%, okay, or 0. Okay, if this condition is true, then it will give value as a 10 to discount available, else it will give value as a 0 to discount available. So as you can see, this is, we can do it in single line. If I go to use, if I want to do the same thing with if else block, it will be very difficult. So like this, I will be doing type of user equal to corporate, discount available equal to 10, else discount available equal to 0. So eventually I use almost uh, 5 lines of code using if else statement. But with ternary operator, it's like single line of statement, just using type condition question mark, that is ternary operator. What should be the value if the condition is true? Else what will be the value? This is the alternative for this code. If else code, we have alternative with ternary operator. Okay, here better to go with ternary operator whenever you have simple condition checks. Don't complex the ternary operator. People can, means it's possible, means I can do this thing, this if else block I can implement with ternary operator also, that nested if else. So what we can do, I can use if the user is paid user. So the is paid user value is false. Okay, let it be like that. We will change it later. So if the user is paid user, then let's check if this condition is true. Now let's check the discount, the type of user now. What is type of user? If it is corporate, then use 10% discount. Else we will check if he is community user, or we can provide like personal, then provide 5%, else 2%, and direct if the user is not paid, so it will be 0. So it is become lengthier. Let me just make it little bit readable. Yes, I'm doing it. So first, this is becoming little bit complex. So what I am doing here, I am just implementing the same thing. Okay, means nested if else. So what I am doing, first I am checking if the user is paid user or not. If it is paid user or if it is a what we can say free plan user. If it is a free plan user, directly it will give value as a 0. Okay, this is the first question mark, and its alternative, this colon, is the 0. Okay, if the user is paid user, then after the question mark, what is the condition? If the type of user is corporate, okay, if it is true, then give him discount of 10%. Else, again check what is the type of the user. If it is a community user or personal user, then give 5% discount. Else, just give 2% discount. Like this change is there. So use the ternary operator whenever uh, the condition checking is very simple. If condition checking like this means too much of complexity is there, use if else statement. Why? Because readability is the main thing. Okay, your code should be readable, understandable to any other developer also. Whether you like means like what you can say, whether you want to do the same thing in one single line of code, so you use ternary operator. But some understand that if you go on vacation of 1 week somewhere, okay, and some issue came up in your code itself, okay, if other developer look into your code and if it doesn't understand your code, if your code is not that much readable and understandable, then it will be issue. But if you use the same if else statement, it will be easier to understand instead of writing like this complex ternary operator. Okay, so always go for ternary operator whenever you want, whenever they are like simple, means simple condition checks. So let's see what will be the value we will get. Okay, I will console the value of discount available. Okay, whatever value we are providing 0, 5, 10, it will be stored inside the discount available. Okay, so discount is 0. Why? Because is paid user is directly false. Okay, so that's why we get the value as a 0. Okay, if I make it as a true, okay, and then let's check the what is the type of user. So type of user is community, so its value should come as 5. Okay, discount available. So see, we are getting discount as a 5. If I make this type of user as corporate, so it will be discount will be 10. And if I make it like random type of user, it will be 2% now. Okay, so ternary operator will be used whenever you want to give some value based on the condition. Based on the condition, if you want to use some value, okay, sorry, uh, so ternary operator you will use whenever you want to give some value based on the condition. Okay, so based on the condition you are allocating the value to the discount available. Okay, is it clear, guys? Is it clear? Okay, great. So we will stop the session here. That's it for today's session. Thank you, guys.